back to my channel. In today's video I'm filming a slightly different video because I'm actually flying out tomorrow morning. So I thought I didn't really want to take out all of my clothes from my luggage bag and film something like an outfits of the week or a fashion related video. So I thought, why not share what I'm packing beauty wise. Now I don't share that much beauty things so far over here on my YouTube. It's not the main thing I share, but I do definitely share a lot more of it over on my Instagram and my TikTok, which I'll leave on the screen now and in the description box of this video. Especially on Instagram stories, I'm always sharing when I pick up new makeup or when I receive new makeup and skincare. So if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment section because that would be nice since I actually do enjoy these things as well. I have 3 bags. I have my latest purchase, my Nice BB, which I recently picked up. You would have seen a video on it if it's not already out. In here I have all my makeup bit, and I have another like clear one with my makeup and beauty blenders, and then another one with skincare. To be completely honest with you, this Nice BB is not packed in an organized manner. I don't have an organizer for it yet, so everything is just in there, but you're going to see the process of me actually packing this. So it's a slightly different style of video rather than seeing my face throughout the video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I've been getting some messages also over on Instagram whenever I do share the beauty pieces. Obviously that's when I receive it, so sometimes I get messages of people asking me which ones specifically I've continued using, which ones are actually my favorites. So obviously if I'm packing this to travel, it means I love it and I've been using it a lot. Now I have some things that have run out. Some of them are still in here, they're just empty and I'm going to repurchase, or they're being delivered today. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah. So starting off with my Nice BB, where I'm packing all of my makeup bits. First product I'm actually packing isn't makeup, but it's my Dr. Barbara Sturm Face Cream Rich. This is almost gone, as you can see, but this is some of my favorite cream to use, especially if I'm doing any makeup looks that include translucent powders. I still like to use something like a rich cream so that my skin doesn't look dry. I actually have a mini version of that as well, which I like to pack just here. That's how much I love the cream. Then I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. This is actually rubbed off, but it's in the shade 4 Deep, which is the deepest shade I believe they make, and I just love this bronzer so much. It's my favorite. It's not too pink, it's not too cool toned. I really like it. Still in the family of powders, I'm packing my translucent powder of choice. This is the SAIE Beauty AIRSET Translucent Radiant Loose Setting Powder. You can see here I'm almost done with it. To be honest, I love this powder so much. It's one that always just looks the best, but it doesn't come with a lot in the packaging. So I'm thinking of getting the Laura Mercier talc-free version. This one actually doesn't have talc, and to be honest, I got it sent as PR. It wasn't because I was particularly interested in it being talc-free, but once I started using this one, I just got into it being talc-free. And I'm packing my WESTMAN ATELIER, and in this video, disclaimer, you'll see a lot of WESTMAN ATELIER because it's one of my favorite brands. This is the Skin Activator, and it's kind of a difficult thing to explain. To me, it feels like hyaluronic acid, but it has a lot more than that. And this one is actually, I believe it's refillable because it comes out of its packaging. This is a great thing as a makeup base. I really do like that. So I'm just going to pop it here. I don't actually have any organizers at the minute for this bag because I haven't really enjoyed any of the ones I've seen. The shape of them isn't really what I want. Again, speaking of WESTMAN ATELIER, and you might see the tripod and everything, but this is the WESTMAN ATELIER Vital Pressed Skincare Powder, and this is in the shade Pink Bubble. Now, this might look very scary in the packaging, and when he used it at the counter on me, I was really scared of this, but now it's one of my favorite powders. I use it whenever I want to use, let's say, translucent powder, even though this isn't completely translucent, but I don't want to be shaking this up, which takes a while sometimes to actually get the powder out. I'll just go for this one, and I absolutely love it. For concealers, I'm actually packing 2. These are the 2 that I always pack with me. This first one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Walnut, and this is honestly some of my favorite. It's quite old. I could swatch it. This is how it looks. I mean, it's really just concealer, but no, I absolutely love this one. I've had it for such a long while now. And then this is the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum Concealer in the shade Almond, and this is so good. I really love that glowy makeup, and you can kind of see it here. It's actually quite pigmented and quite, you can see the glow difference even though they're both radiant concealers, but I love both of these equally because I really love that glowy skin look. Some more complexion products. I have here a few more from WESTMAN ATELIER. I have 2 of their contour sticks. One is in the shade Truffle. This one is honestly my favorite and my go-to. You can see how rounded out it is because I use it all the time. But this is, like I said, in the shade Truffle. When I put this on, it actually looks like I'm drawing on cheekbones. Just that perfect shadow color for my face. I absolutely love it. And then I also have it in the shade Ganache, which is a much deeper shade. What I typically do, I use a slight tiny bit of this, although for the most part I go in with Truffle. And then I like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer over the top to kind of bring back some warmth. With these packagings from Westman Atelier, they don't actually like to be next to each other. For example, if I were to pack it like this, they're just repelling. They don't actually like to be next to each other. So you have to kind of put one of them standing a different direction. And then this is also from Westman Atelier, but this is their Baby Cheeks blush stick in the shade Bichette. This is by far my favorite shade of blush, and the pigmentation level of this stick is incredible. I'm so happy to finally have this. I honestly wanted it for the longest time. Sometimes if I don't want to do contour, what I'll do, which I learned from makeup artist at Space & K, is I like to use just blush in the areas where I would have contoured. It still creates that structure, so I really like using that. Need to flip this over. And I have this Chantecaille Radiance Gel Bronzer. This is honestly some of my favorite stuff. I actually find that it's quite a similar tone to my skin, but slightly more bronzed. So if I don't want to do a makeup day, I'll just do this and maybe some concealer and some blush. Or if I want to do this as a base to just bronze up the face and then do a full-on, it's still quite a natural makeup look, but a makeup look over the top, I definitely will. Then I'm packing my Victoria Beckham Reflect highlighter stick. This is in the shade Pearl. This, to be completely honest with you, I don't think you'll see the true color because that's actually from when I usually put it over the top of my concealer. If you can see underneath there, it's the most incredible. I actually need to show you this one. It's just glowy. It's kind of hard to explain, but it just looks, in my opinion, it's like sweat in a tube, and that sounds really odd. But oftentimes when you get highlighters, especially powder highlighters, they typically just look really powdery and they don't even look glowy anymore. Whereas this honestly looks like, maybe the best explanation is lip gloss for the face, but it does not have that glossy feeling. It just has the look to it. So I always love this, and this is what I've been using all the time now. I'm not a huge fan of this packaging, so I actually prefer this packaging that it comes in. That's why it's in its box. For powder blush, I'm packing my MAC Burnt Pepper Matte Powder. This one was the first one I had before getting Bichette. Sometimes I still use this if I really want something very intense, so I'll go over Bichette with this. One of my favorite things for the eyes are cream eyeshadow sticks. To be completely honest, my eyes are still healing from the Chilasian, so I haven't used these in a long while, and some of these are fairly new. But for example, on my birthday, I picked up these Laura Mercier Caviar eye stick. This one is in the shade Cocoa, and it's the most incredible dark brown. Also, if you know, dark brown at the moment is my favorite color, so I absolutely love this. This is how this one swatches. I barely touched my hand there, and I love this one a lot. And then this other one is in the shade Copper, and it's more metallic. So actually first got these, I would basically do the cocoa on the crease and then this on the inner bit of the eye, and it would give me a smoky eye look. But this is how they both look. I have these, which are fairly new. These are actually, well, they are new releases from Bobbi Brown. We had these sent over. These are the Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks, and I have Ruby Shimmer sort of shade there. Hopefully you can see it. And then I've got Smoky Quartz. These are pretty much, a lot of these are metallic. This is quite similar to Copper, but a little bit more cool tone. I've got Bronze. I just thought I would show you what they actually look like on, so that you're not just looking at me putting these in the bag and not knowing what they look like. This one is really incredible. This one is in the shade Cosmic Pink. This is like a pearlescent pink. These are honestly some of the easiest ways to put on eyeshadow, so I just love packing these with me. Now, staying in the eye category, I have two more pencil-like things. This is the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner in the shade Cocoa. Like I said, this is my favorite color. I'm just going to quickly swatch this. I barely even touched my skin there. I'm so excited to use this. I actually have not gotten the chance to use this because of the fact that I've been waiting for my Chilasians to heal. That's incredible. I love that. Usual like blending brush. I have a Westman Atelier Bonne Brow Defining Pencil. I think this is in the shade Slate, and it's just an eyebrow pencil. I don't use this all the time because the only thing about brow pencils is I never want to overdo it, but this one also comes with a little, there's nothing actually on this, it's just a dry spoolie, but it's actually really interesting that they've put it in like this. Like I mentioned, my Chalazian's still healing on my eyes, so I don't actually pack this all the time anymore. To be honest, I don't wear mascara anymore whilst it's healing, but I thought I'd include it in this video just to share which mascara I actually was using before. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Waterproof Mascara. Honestly, I tried doing the whole no waterproof mascara and I just couldn't do it. I remember one time I came to the studio, I was filming, and I did non-waterproof because I'd run out of this, and it had just smeared all over my eyes. And then another eye product I have here, which is quite ironic because I haven't been using any of these lately, but I have had them packed in this bag. This is the Victoria Beckham Crystal Infused Eyeshadow in the shade Velvet, and I believe this is actually a green khaki color. This is the most incredible packaging ever. I must say, Victoria Beckham Beauty and WESTMAN ATELIER probably have some of my favorite packaging. This one, I actually believe it broke a little bit when I first got it, so that's why I've been keeping it in its box, but this is how it looks. So when I do get the chance to use eyeshadow again, this is definitely going to be my first choice. Next up, I'm packing in this, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. Now, I did mention that I have another separate bag for all of my brushes, but I like to at least carry one, I don't know, in case I were to ever lose that bag or forget that bag, or if I just needed something on hand. This is the brush that's super versatile, and it's the Airbrush from Charlotte Tilbury. It's got a little bit of makeup on there, but this is the first, I think, brush that I ever really bought, and I specifically bought it to use with the bronzer, so they work really well together. And lastly, this technically speaking isn't makeup, but it's the CHANTECAILLE Stress Repair Concentrate, which is an eye cream. There's just a little bit of that left. It's technically speaking not makeup, but I do just like to have it in here. I'm not packing anything in this zippy portion. I don't really keep anything here for the moment. Same thing here, there are compartments here, but like I said, I just recently got this, so I haven't really explored all the different ways of packing this. Next up, I have this clear case. This one's actually from Cult Beauty. This is what I'm using to pack all of my makeup brushes. The first set of makeup brushes that I have here are from Sephora. This first one is the 04 Blush Brush. And to be honest, I do use this for blush, but I also use it for my bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. And then I have the 05 highlighter brush. I like to use this for my WESTMAN ATELIER powder that I showed you before, which is quite pink. Next up, I have this SAIE Beauty brush. This is what I used to use before getting this one. Long story short, the reason I have quite a lot of the same brushes is because if you've watched the vlog, I to be honest don't think it's gone out yet, but it's the South of France vlog, which if it hasn't gone out yet, it will be out very soon. But when I got there, I actually realized that the night before I had been washing all of my brushes and they were nice and clean, and then I forgot to pack them because I left them drying. So I picked up all brushes that I already basically had. Next up, I have this NYX 109 brush. This is quite a spiky brush. I actually used to use this as my blush brush. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but it's quite spiky. It did work, but it actually was quite painful to use this. So I'm very happy to have something like this, which is a lot softer to do my blush. And then this is one of my favorite brushes. This is the Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face Brush. And I love this brush so much. I like to use it when I'm doing the Chantecaille all over my face. I like to use it to blend out concealer. I find that this, as mentioned here, it is the full coverage face brush. It definitely does make your makeup full coverage. Then I have this brush. Now this one actually needs a clean, but I was actually doing my makeup this morning, so I haven't had the chance to clean it yet. This is the Dior Backstage brush. I believe this is the 18 brush. I will leave it all linked alongside all of these things in the description box of the video. This is like a airbrush contour brush. Beauty blenders, I have two here. I have one which is bright pink and one which is paler. Then I have two of these thinner brushes. One of them is Sephora 12, which says brows. Then I have this brush, which is the Spectrum B09 brush. Now this is technically cheating, but I do have a few more makeup products that I like to pack in here. This is the MAC Strobe Cream. This one is in the shade Gold Light. I haven't been using this all too much since using the Victoria Beckham one. And then this one is the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum Radiance Mist. Now after this video, I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up another one at John Lewis because this one is all gone. It's my favorite mist ever. And that's everything that I'm packing in this bag. This next case is from Net-a-Porter. In here, I'm packing all of my skincare. Starting off with face cream, I have this Deep Tox, the cream. Now this one I actually recently got sent as PR. I have no obligation to show it. I wouldn't be packing it if I didn't absolutely love it. This, I'm actually going to pack the whole range, which you'll see in a second, because I've been using it as a 3-step. There isn't that high likelihood that it would leak in my bag because it's a refillable case, so it's less likely to actually twist open and pour out of the actual main compartment. I'm also taking the Radiance Firming Serum and then the Eye Revive Cream. I will leave all of these linked in the description box so you can check them out for yourself, but with Iraye, they're actually sort of like a lymphatic skincare. I'll leave it linked in the description box. I'm probably not describing that very well. Next up, I'm packing an Elemis Pro Collagen Balm. Now you can probably tell this one is empty. I've just ordered one to arrive for today before I fly out. So I am going to be packing that one, but it hasn't arrived yet. Then I'm packing this Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Jelly 3%. This is honestly some of my favorite stuff. What I like to actually do with this one is I'll put it on, leave it for 5 minutes and use it as a mask, and my skin will just glow so much. I absolutely love it. Then I'm packing my Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. To be completely honest, this one is actually empty because I'm yet to go and pick up another one, but I would always pack this one with me. When you see the South of France vlog go up, you'll actually see that I was using this one alongside the Essence, both of which are finished, but this is one that I honestly absolutely swear by. It's my favorite thing ever, and whenever my skin is feeling a little bit problematic, I just go back to doing the Vintner's Daughter Essence and the serum, and it just revives my skin again. And here I've got the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Technically speaking, this is a makeup primer base, but it's an incredible cream. It actually doesn't look like I've used it that much, but you don't need that much of it, which I love. Now I'm packing 2 things from 111 Skin. One of them is the Celestial Black Diamond Contour Gel. This is by far one of my favorite products that I've tried so far. This just, it does something. I think there was a review that actually said that this is like filler in a bottle, and by that it means when you put this on, it really just does something. It's really hard to explain what it does. You will just have to try it to see, but it's just incredible under the eye. I'm also packing the Celestial Black Diamond Eye Mask. Now because of my chalazions, I actually haven't been using these all that much. I would pack these anyways in case I really need it, and I will just put it lower down from my chalazions so it's not in contact. Another thing I like to pack with me are some ampules. Now to be honest, I've just finished a course of ampules this week, so I probably won't pack these to use it unless it's closer to the end of the week, just because I don't like to use ampules all the time because they are an intensive treatment. This is one from Babor, it's Energy. I just picked this one out of the ones that I had because it's one that I haven't used yet. Just normal ampules. For some of them, they actually change by the time you get to day 5. It'll give you some different ones. I've already finished 2 of them and they're all directed towards different things. And then last but not least, I'm packing this Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. This is just a mini size in case I really feel like I need a detox or something very revitalizing, especially because of the warmer weather. Sometimes you just need a refresh. Like I said, there's probably so much more skincare I'm going to end up adding to this. I'm only going to be there for about 4 or 5 days, so I'm not packing absolutely everything, but that is everything that I'm packing to take with me. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comment section down below any other videos you would like to see. With that being said, I hope to see you guys very, very soon in my next video.